Hi everyone, I'm Robin Hinz. I'm a senior at Central Washington University's Des Moines campus, where I'm earning a degree in psychology with a minor in sociology. I'm here today to talk about what master's program I'm pursuing for grad school. But before I get started, I do just want to take a moment to apologize that I'm sitting down. I know one of the criteria for this presentation is that we stand while we give it. However, I did hurt my back last week, and so therefore I am kind of forced into sitting. It's a little too painful to stand. Thank you so much for understanding. Anyway, why Walden University? Well, part of the way I was able to make my decision as to where to attend grad school was through a MAUT chart, M-A-U-T. And the MAUT chart, as you can see, was an assignment that we did in cognitive psychology class through Dr. Polage. And what you do is you take, say you have to make an important decision, such as grad school. You make three choices. I chose Walden University, Bastyr University, and Antioch University. And then you measure it numerically against what's important criteria for you. For me, the most important was, is it an accredited license program, or a program that will provide me with the ability to get my license? Second importance was, is it offering online courses? Third for me was the reputation of the institution. And finally, the ease of the application and the acceptance process. You know, schools like University of Washington can be very daunting to maneuver through their admissions policy. And at my age, I really just didn't want to jump through all those hoops. So I was looking for universities that made that an easy process. So once again, going back to the MAUT chart, you can see that through all of these criteria, Walden scored 24 at top, with a close second for Bastyr, and then Antioch coming in way behind in third place. You know, as much as I would really love to attend Bastyr, unfortunately, I have to fit into their schedule. I have to fit into their program. It's a weekend program for their Master in Counseling Psychology every weekend for 2 years. It just seemed a bit too much for me. I wanted something where I can go to school online. I currently attend all my classes at Central Washington through online learning. I love the process if I want to study at midnight or 2 a.m. Not that I do, but I can, and that is an option for me. I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to waste gas. I don't have to spend time in a classroom. And for me, online learning just works. So once again, Walden was the clear choice. But let's take a look at a little bit of information about Walden. Well, why Walden? Well, of course, it's a university for working professionals. They have a quality curriculum. Their focus is on relevant and actionable learning. They have superior student support. They have advisors, they have mentors, and on and on and on. Basically, they hold your hand through the whole process. It's a path of lifelong learning. They have the online curriculum, and they provide academic residencies, internships, and field experience, all very important when you're going for your master's. So let's look at the academic programs that Walden has to offer. I won't go through all of them, but the ones that we want to pay attention to is counseling and psychology. Within the counseling program is the one that I am choosing, which is considered the Master's of Psychology. It's a master's degree in mental health counseling, which is accredited through the CACREP, which stands for the Council for Accreditation of Counseling and Related Educational Programs. What this means is it will prepare me for licensure in the state of Washington, and not all counseling programs will do that, and not all master's programs. In fact, many of Walden's masters in psychology, for instance, does not prepare you for licensing. If I'm going to spend the money and go through the length of the program, I want to make sure that at least I have that option to pursue a license if I want to. I may not, but at least I'll be able to be prepared for it. In addition, it will prepare me also for applying to a doctoral program, which of course is my ultimate goal. I have to get my master's first, but Walden does offer a really great clinical psychology doctorate program that I'm interested in. Once again, as you know, one of my biggest criteria in the MAUT chart was for online learning. Walden University not only offers their curriculum through a desktop computer laptop, but they also have mobile apps through iTunes University, Walden apps, and podcasts, so you can learn on the go. I travel a lot, so I find that this is going to be a very fine feature for me. Let's talk about accreditation. That was really one of the key components in choosing Walden. It's important to be able to, if you're going to spend the money, that you are in a program that is accredited through the right authorities. Accreditation is a hallmark of quality. Walden University is accredited through the Higher Learning Commission and a member of the North Central Association. It's also listed with the U.S. Department of Education. Well, not all private universities, and you know there are many online private universities these days, but not all of them provide you with accreditation. Or, for example, the best example I can come up with is the University of Phoenix. Especially for any of you who are looking into their programs, they are currently under accreditation probation. That means they're not meeting the criteria for accreditation, and they are on a 2.5-year probation. I would steer clear of them if you are interested, because you're going to spend a lot of money and you really want to make sure you're in the right program. Now let's talk about admission requirements. Not too difficult. A bachelor's degree, of course, is required for entering into any of their master's programs. They also have an academic record that they're going to look into. They want to have a goal statement. They want to know, if you have any relative work experience. Currently, I have not worked in this career field, but I'm sure that the rest of my adult learning and my work experience will apply towards acceptance with no problem. The admissions checklist includes completion of the online application, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Employment history, official transcripts, of course, from Central Washington and my previous school of South Seattle Community College. There's applicable test scores if that applies, and a list of transfer credits. And then once accepted, you can apply for your financial loans, set up a student account, enroll in courses, and also complete their student readiness orientation. Now the application process, you go to a different website and create a profile, a student profile. It's at www.my.waldenu.edu/apply. You create a profile, and once you create this profile, well, I can't move through this any further. I did create a profile, and once you create the profile, then it asks you to choose a degree program and the start date. And once you do this, then you can move through the application process pretty quickly. I will be attending Walden not until January of 2015. I don't graduate from Central Washington until the fall quarter. That's because I'm conducting research for Dr. Polage, and it's going to require a little bit more time, and therefore it pushed back my graduation, which is fine. I don't mind. But because I'm not applying or not attending Walden until January of 2015, I am not actually able to apply at this time. It doesn't allow me to do so. I have spoken with counselors. It's not a problem. They do have start dates throughout the year. I want to say about once every other month you can start their program. It might be once every 3 months, but I should be able to apply for this program as early as late summer, maybe early fall. So I'll have all my ducks in a row at that time, and it should be a smooth process. Here's something interesting to know, though. This is important information. So it's not cheap to go to Walden, although it's probably not nearly as expensive as some other programs. Tuition and fees will run me about $45,000 for this degree program, including books and supplies running at about $4,600. Now they say the length of the program will be about 48 months, which means, in effect, that I'll be 62 years old when I get my master's degree in counseling psychology. The way I see it, I can be 62 with a degree, or I can be 62 without it. So I'm going for it. And once again, federal loans are going to be available to help me along the way. I decided a long time ago that I would not let finances stop me in my path and pursuit for this degree. Eventually, I hope to earn a doctorate degree. Maybe I'll be 65 then. It's okay with me. Whatever, it'll be a lifelong learning process, and I'm really proud of my accomplishments. And I hope you've learned something today and consider Weldon University as your choice for your master's or doctorate program. Thank you.